Chicago Bears Now is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com and use promo code BEARS20. That's going to get you 20% off plus free shipping at checkout. Today's show, Bears Round 1 draft grades. And hey, it's only one pick, but it's a heck of a pick. Justin Fields is the selection for Chicago at number 11 overall. We'll talk more about the pick. We obviously broke down the pick once it happened in real time, but more from a grades angle as well. And toward the end of the video, we'll take a look ahead toward day 2 also. But Chicago trades up for Justin Fields at number 11 overall. 6'2", 227 pounds. Top 5 player in this year's draft. He slides a little bit. He's sitting there at 11. And what does Ryan Pace do? He calls the New York Giants GM Dave Gettleman, who has never traded down as a GM in the NFL. Well, he did this time. Here were the trade details. The Bears pick up number 11 overall pick, in which they drafted Justin Fields. The Giants receive number 20 overall, a first-round pick next year, a fifth-round pick this year, and a fourth-round pick in 2022. So the Bears give up an extra first, couple of day 3 picks, but they go up and get their man. And if you haven't been able to notice on an earlier video, on this video, I am fired up that Justin Fields is with the Chicago Bears. I've had a blast watching this team play defense in recent years. But now there's a lot of excitement offensively. You've got a quarterback that you can believe in for the future. Now, we'll see who ends up being the Week 1 starter. We'll talk about that later on in the show and kind of guesstimate what could happen there. But how can you not be pumped up for Justin Fields in Chicago? The Bears have been starving for a franchise quarterback. I think they finally got one. Kudos to Ryan Pace for trading up for Justin Fields. Grade the pick for me, A, B, C, D, or F. Go ahead and get your grades in on this one. I'll give you my grade in just a moment, but you grade me yours first, A, B, C, D, or F. And before I give my grade, this is why I subscribe. Subscribe to Bears Now. More draft videos all weekend long through Saturday, Sunday. We'll do some UDFA pickups as well. Lots of draft picks. And hey, there's still more picks to go for Chicago on day 2, on day 3. Let's get to 30,000 subs as soon as possible. We're over 25,000. YouTube.com/Bears Now. Hit that big red button and subscribe today. What's my grade for Justin Fields? Not an A, not an A+, an A++. This is a home run pick. We did full NFL draft grades for the entire first round for every team on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. This was the pick of the night. Justin Fields, going up and getting him from Chicago, this made all the headlines. This was all the buzz. This was all the talking points from all the draft coverages, including ours here at Chat Sports. A++ and home run pick, and thank you, Ryan Pace. You did something worth a shit for once. What a great pick for the Chicago Bears. Thank you to Ryan Pace, an absolute home run selection to get Justin Fields on the Chicago Bears. And hey, what can we say? Justin Fields, after Trevor Lawrence, was as good of a prospect as any in this class, and that's not just at quarterback. And he outdueled Trevor Lawrence in the college football playoff this past season. Had a great year this year in a shortened season for Ohio State in the Big Ten. He was spectacular in 2019 as well. Justin Fields is going to be the Bears franchise quarterback for a very, very long time, in my opinion. Now, today's show is sponsored by Manscaped. We got a brand new promo code for you guys. Plug in the code BEARS20 at manscaped.com. That's going to get you 20% off at checkout. The Lawnmower 3.0, you see the little razor there on screen? It's going to change your life when you're shaving your jewels downstairs. Justin Fields uses Manscaped. I can just about guarantee you guys on that one. No razor burn, no tug. You got the ceramic blade there. No issues whatsoever. And hey, the Lawnmower 3.0 is a part of the Perfect Package, which comes with ball toner, ball deodorant. You see the price reduction there when you get the Lawnmower 3.0, when you use our promo code BEARS20 to get 20% off. Manscaped is the place to go. Your balls are going to thank you. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code BEARS20 to get 20% off at checkout. We'll put those links in the comments. We'll put the promo code in there as well, as long as the description. Manscaped.com. Use that promo code BEARS20 with Manscaped because, hey, your balls, they're going to thank you. So how did the Bears get Justin Fields? Let's kind of rewind the clock and go through some of the picks from earlier on in the night. The first couple of picks, no surprise, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. They go 1-2 to the Jags and the Jets. We didn't know what the 49ers would do. Ultimately, they drafted Trey Lance, number 3, and then Atlanta opted to not go quarterback. They selected Kyle Pitts, number 4 overall. 5 through 8, we thought Jamar Chase would go 5. He did. Jalen Waddle went 6 to Miami. Penei Sewell went 7. J.C. Horn 8. Detroit and Carolina were prime trade down candidates. They end up taking Sewell and Horn there. And then 9 through 12 here, Surtain to the Broncos. The Eagles traded up with Dallas to take Devontae Smith. And then Justin Fields on a trade up from Ryan Pace with the New York Giants at number 11 overall as the Bears get their franchise quarterback. Parsons to Dallas at 12, 13 through 16. We'll kind of sprint through these. Slater to the Chargers, Vera Tucker to the Jets, Mac Jones to the Patriots. Justin Fields is better than Mac Jones. Zaven Collins to the Cardinals at 16, and then 17 through 20. Alex Leatherwood, Jalen Phillips, Jamin Davis, and then Kadarius Toney, who was on the opposite end of this trade. Giants trade down from 11 to 20. They get a receiver out of Florida. But the Bears make the move of the night in the NFL. The Bears are who everyone is talking about after trading up to go get one Justin Fields. And how could you not be? I mean, it's a joke that he didn't go top 10, but the Bears are the beneficiaries. And, you know, Justin Fields is probably frustrated that he fell this far in the draft. I get it. I would be frustrated, too, as a competitor. But he gets to join a Bears team that can win sooner rather than later. So I'm excited about this. You guys should be, too. That's why I'm giving it an A++. Now, the question everyone wants to know, because instead of celebrating for a night, we already got to decide who's going to start in Week 1. So get your votes in. Is it going to be Justin Fields or Andy Dalton? Ryan Pace says Andy Dalton's the starter, but I remember when he said that about Mike Glennon too, and that didn't last very long. Type JF for Justin Fields. Type AD for Andy Dalton. It's very possible Dalton starts Week 1, but long-term, middle of the season, this is going to be Justin Fields' team. Get your votes in for Week 1, though. JF for Justin Fields or AD for Andy Dalton. What I would preach is be patient. Don't freak out if Dalton's the Week 1 starter. You don't want to rush Justin Fields onto the playing field until he's 100% ready. Andy Dalton is a serviceable guy. He can go start a few games. He can start this whole season if the Bears want to give Justin Fields a redshirt type of year. They can be flexible. They've got options. There's no reason to panic, to force him into the lineup Week 1. Preach patience. That is my message to the Chicago Bears and to the fans when it comes to Justin Fields. His time will come, and it's going to be sooner rather than later. So Justin Fields, the pick at number 11 for the Chicago Bears. They trade up from number 20 to number 11 overall, and hey, I'm fired up about it. I can't wait for day 2. It's going to be a heck of a draft. And speaking of day 2, the best part of the trade is the Bears kept both of their day 2 picks. Both of them. You take Justin Fields at number 11 overall. We'll get that fixed for you guys. It was round 1, number 11, obviously. Round 2, number 52. Again, ignore the 20. It's number 11. Round 2, number 52. You still have that. You still have number 83 overall in round 3. And then you traded your 5th this year. So 4 6th-round picks. We'll see what they do with these picks overall. But I think at the end of the day, you'll probably see a little bit of trading there, either on day 2 and or on day 3. But Justin Fields, number 11 overall to the Chicago Bears. And you've solved quarterback. Question is now, what's the biggest need on day 2? Where are you looking? Offensive tackle, cornerback, wide receiver. I think these are the 3 needs you're looking at if you are Chicago. Get your votes in. Type OT for offensive tackle. Type CB for cornerback. Type WR for wide receiver. What is the Bears' biggest need on day 2? And we'll take a look at some of the best available according to Tom Downey, his big board here at Chat Sports. And offensive tackles, there's a lot of good ones still. You got Tevin Jenkins, you got Samuel Cosme, you got Liam Eichenberg, Dylan Radins, Jalen Mayfield even. 4, 5, 6 legitimate offensive tackles still on the board. Cornerback, Asante Samuel, he's still out there. You've got Elijah Molden as well. You got, read that name for me on the third one there, Jeremy. Melifonwu out of Syracuse, and then I can't see that last one. Kelvin Joseph as well. Then wide receiver, Tylan Wallace. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Amari Rogers, and Dwayne Estridge. offensive tackle has worked out nicely for the Bears. There's still a lot of them left. I think there's a decent chance they're going to be able to pick one at 52 overall. We'll see what ends up happening at the wide receiver position and the cornerback position. Subscribe. You see the link below, youtube.com/BearsNow. We'll be back for more draft coverage very, very soon.